right now with all of these different announcements coming out right now out of the Social Security Administration as well as around Social Security. There's a lot of things that are happening right now. Either way, we just got another announcement out of Social Security today that I want to bring to your attention here in this video, which I will be bringing you the link for the press release here shortly so you can read it for yourself if you want. There's also something else that Social Security just launched today as well that honestly I find to be pretty helpful considering this time of confusion that we're in right now. A lot of things are happening. I think we all recognize this. This is no surprise whatsoever. You've seen me talking about this literally every single day for weeks, and there's just been a lot of things happening going on this year. We're getting press releases like multiple times a week these days from Social Security, which is very unheard of. Usually we do not hear nearly this much communication out of the administration, but this year is obviously the exception to the rule. So anyway, we got another announcement, again, a press release out of Social Security, and they're launching actually a pretty nice, helpful tool, which just went live today, which I'll bring you here in just a second. I'll talk about the details of that, as well as I will share with you the link of this new tool that they've launched as well. I'll put that down below in the chat when we get into the chat box here in just a little while, as well as a link to the press release. So hang tight here. Let me talk through the details about this. Now, I'm not going to talk through every last detail of the press release that came out just a short time ago, just because there's kind of a lot to it. And realistically, it's some of it's helpful, but a lot of it's not really like super helpful. But basically what they're saying is they're going to be increasing their transparency, which I'm going to be fair with you. Transparency right now is key, right? I think we all need a little transparency. That is something that goes a long way these days during a very uncertain time that we're living through, which is, I think right now, I mean, I don't think I'm just speaking for myself right now to say that it's a very uncertain time. A lot of us are very, concerned or worried or wondering what's going on right now and what the future holds. And again, I've said this many times before, last several years have been honestly pretty easy to predict. This year, no, it's not very easy to predict whatsoever. Things have been happening so fast. Just a lot of things are changing. So either way, I'm going to continue to keep you these updated with all these announcements and whatever's coming out. But anyway, so here's what's happening. So Social Security, they implement this, what they're calling is WOR, which is Weekly Operational Report Meetings, okay? So apparently the Social Security Commissioner, Lee Dudek, meets with his senior advisors or, senior management team regularly, weekly, and they're going to be publishing this information more often and basically making it more accessible to all of us to see exactly what is going on within the Social Security Administration, what are they talking about, what are they discussing, and some of these different rules, provisions, and different things that they're going to be implementing. So again, implementing more transparency, which, like I just said, I think goes a really long way these days, right? Which is why I've been with you so many times lately, again, in videos, multiple live streams regularly. Just want to do what I can for you. It's such a busy time. I get hundreds of questions every single day down below in videos lately. A lot of questions coming in. And again, I don't mind coming on these live streams, doing what I can to help you out understand all this. It's very confusing. Just like the live stream that I had out, 3 hours ago. I was out in a separate live stream and talking about some details there and trying to clarify some information. Okay. So that's basically what's coming out, okay? So they're talking about this increased transparency. I really like it. I'm curious to see how this is going to go. Let's just see how transparent they really are, right? I think that's going to be the key is how transparent is this really going to be? Either way, that's number one. Now next, they've also launched a new website today, okay? Now this is very good. It's a website. Well, okay, I should say this much. It's a branch of the Social Security website, so it's not like a brand new website, but rather it's a branch of the SSA website. And basically what this is, it's a Q&A page where they have lots of different questions and a bunch of different answers in regards to some of the different changes in regards to identity proofing, as well as when it comes down to the direct deposits that we've all heard about, as far as how we can change our direct deposits, but we need to go into a field office or do that through the My Social Security account. And they have a bunch of other frequently asked questions in there as well. I was looking around on the website. It's good. It's something that we all really need right now. And again, in just a couple minutes here, when I get into the chat box, I will put the link for the press release that just came out this afternoon, just literally a couple hours ago. It's actually, maybe like 2 hours ago. Actually, to be fair with you, literally Um, this was like, par for the course. But literally, I was pushing the button to go live on the on the video this afternoon, like a few hours ago, and literally my phone goes ding. Look at the email really quick, and it was an email from Social Security saying new press release, and it's like, oh man, I'm literally going live like right here. So it was like just a few hours ago that this came out. But anyway, that's what happened. So anyway, my point is, it's a great website. I've been spending some time on there today so far, looking around at these different frequently asked questions, and I'm just looking through the details. There's some really good stuff on there. This really clarifies it a lot, because I think they're probably getting a lot of questions just like we are right here. And I think all of us here in this community are wondering, hey, what's going on with this new identity proofing? And what's the deal with this My Social Security account and going to a field office and all the things like this? A lot of really good answers there. So again, when I get into the chat box here in just a little while, not very long at all, a couple minutes, I will put the link for both the press release today, as well as I will put a link for the that website, that new branch of the website, and you can go on there, poke around a whole bunch. Now, here's a couple things. A couple of the questions that I saw in there that I actually really like, and I just want to point them out really quickly, which is the very bottom question, and I think it was the bottom question. I'm pretty sure it was. Maybe I missed one at the bottom, but I'm pretty sure it was the very last question on the list, was something like, will Social Security text me in order to change my direct deposit information? And no, the answer is absolutely not. No. And again, I know the vast majority of you know this, but sometimes if you get a text message and it looks authentic, it's like, interesting. Looks pretty authentic to me, right? No, they're not going to text you, right? It's just like a lot of these emails that we get. They look very good and authentic, but then when you kind of look at it, you're like, this doesn't make any sense. No, I don't need to do that, okay? Just anyway, I just want to point that out really quickly. And again, not only do I want to keep you informed of what's going on with all the updates and the press releases, but I also want to make sure that everybody here in the community is staying safe during a time like this of massive uncertainty. And when people are, concerned and worried and scared, things like this, a lot of times that's when weird things like this can be like, oh, they text me to save my benefit. And then, that's when bad things happen. So please, no, Social Security will never text you. The IRS will never text you. They're not going to do that, okay? All right, so anyway, I can get into the chat right now, and I can answer some of those questions for you, whatever I need to do, but I'm here for you. Please remember that. And again, I want to stick that link for you down below in the chat box, so you can see it there if you want to. Otherwise, by the way, when I wrap up this live stream, I'll put both of those links down below in the description. I'll put the link for the press release, again, that came out this afternoon, as well as I will put a link for that new website, or the new page of their website, I should say, for the frequently asked questions about this whole identity proofing and things like that, or as far as like the direct deposit changes, things like that, okay? What was I going to say? Oh, one more thing I want to throw out there really quick. I was about to forget it. Okay, here it is. I said this in the live stream last night as well. Okay, if you do not have a My Social Security account, which by the way, it's 100% free to do so. It's on the Social Security website. Okay, it's totally free to do so. It's got a little bit of a process to sign up. Honestly, they ask you a lot of questions. There's some, it takes time. It takes a little bit of time. I would say carve out, I don't know, half hour to do it. To do that, maybe it'll take a little bit longer, maybe not, but I'm just simply saying it's going to take a little while to set that up. But my point is, if you do not have a My Social Security account, if you ever plan on getting one, now would honestly be the time to do that. Like now, between now and the next 1 or 2 or 3 months, you don't need to. It's 100% free. You don't have to. I'm just saying, if you've ever thought about signing up for a My Social Security account, now would certainly be the time to do that, because that thing is going to come in handy. If you ever need to prove your identity, if you need to change your direct deposit information, if you need to apply for your new benefit, this website's going to be massively important for you. A lot of these changes that you could previously do over the phone by just calling the 1-800 number, sitting on hold for 17 days and 4 hours and 16 minutes. I'm exaggerating a little bit, obviously, right? Sorry. I shouldn't try to be funny here. Sorry. But you get my point. Sitting on hold forever, talking to an agent. You used to be able to do a lot of this stuff right over the phone. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to do that anymore in a matter of just days here. Basically, once we roll over to April, it's all hands on deck. It's all game on. They're implementing all of this, okay? Which is the changing of direct deposit information over the phone and identity proofing and stuff like that. That all must be done in one of two ways, I should say, which is number one, visiting a local field office, or number two, logging onto your My Social Security account and proving your identity there, okay? These are the only two ways you can do this going forward, basically once we roll into April. So again, you don't need to. All I'm trying to say is that if you've ever thought about signing up on a My Social Security account, again, it's 100% free to do so on the Social Security website. Now would be a really good time to do that. Just be prepared. Carve out at least a half an hour to do it. I've done it. It's a little bit of a process. They're going to ask you all kinds of authentication questions. That's okay, though. I know a lot of times it's like, oh, they're asking such personal details. It's Social Security. They already know, okay? They gave you the Social Security number. They know where you live. They know your address. They know your birthday. They know everything about you mostly, okay? So anyway, I know it seems kind of scary. They're like, oh, they want my social and they want all my details. Yeah, they already have it. They know, okay? So anyway, they're just proving that it's actually you and authenticating that. Okay, I'm going to jump into the chat here. We'll spend some time in the chat. I will put those links down below. So give me a second here when I get into the chat. I will put those links down below for you right away, and then I'll answer some questions. Okay, it's going to take me a second, so if you want to leave any comments, questions, feedback down below in the chat box, I'll be there in a minute. Let me grab the link first, and then I'll pull up the chat, and we'll go at it. Okay, so... Okay. So I'm going to grab the link for the press release first. I'm going to grab that, and then I'll come back and I'll grab the link for the new page of their website, and then I'll come back and put that back in the chat. So give me a minute here. Okay, hang on. Sorry, this is always a slow process. Sorry about this. I wait to pull up the live stream until I'm actually in it, because I had some issues with my internet a few months ago where it's like it was just buffering like crazy, so I couldn't actually like make a live stream. So I don't go into the live streams now until I'm actually like here, and then I go into the live stream just to give myself some extra bandwidth to actually stream on. Okay, there I am. Okay, so the link I'm putting in right here right now, so there's a link that just popped up in the chat. That is the link for the press release. I'll put it in there again right away, so why not? I'll just stick it in the chat again really quickly here. Really fast, I'll put it in one more time. Okay. So there you go. I stuck the link in twice. So down below in the chat, this is the press release that just came out of Social Security literally just a couple hours ago. Okay, so that's the press release. Now I'm going to grab the link for that website, the new page on their website there that has the frequently asked questions in regards to some of these recent changes about the identity proofing and the direct deposit information, things like that, and a bunch of frequently asked questions. Really good stuff, a lot of really good questions. If you have a little bit of time, you may want to scroll through that and just look through it. It's good stuff. Let me grab that for you. It's going to take a second here. There is it. Oop. Okay, here it is. I just have to pull it up. I had to find the website again, so here it is. I'm just pulling it up right now, and I'll grab the link for it. Here we go. Oh, no. Okay, here we go. Copy. Okay, sorry, I'm kind of slow here, working on. Okay, here it comes. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Right here coming into the chat right now is the link for the new page on their website with the frequently asked questions that I mentioned a couple times. That is that. So a couple minutes ago, I put in the link for the press release that came out today, and now I just put the link into the chat for the frequently asked questions part that they just launched today. They just launched that part of the website today, and I find it to be pretty helpful. So you might want to scroll through that if you want. If you have questions about this, by the way, I've answered like a lot of these questions, maybe not every single one of them, but I've answered most of these questions previously in videos or in live streams. I've answered a lot of them, but doesn't hurt to scroll through if you want to, if you have questions about it. Otherwise, right now, I'll spend some time in the chat box. I'll answer your questions for you and do what I can, okay? By the way, in just a couple minutes here, I will stick the link again for that website down below in the chat. I'll give it a couple minutes and I'll stick it in again. So let's talk for a minute and then I'll stick it in. Yeah, James Lara. Hey, James, nice to see you again. I saw you earlier this afternoon at the other live stream. Thanks, James. Nice to have you here. Appreciate it. Yeah, John. John, yeah. I'm just, my wife is just so fast on the phone. She's like, I'm like, hey, can you do this really fast? And she's like, tink, tink, tink. And it's like done. It's like, what? I'm like barely even getting my phone unlocked in that amount of time, right? So yeah, I'm super slow. But hey, John, thanks for the message. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Shell Balestra. Yeah, exactly. Thanks for the confirmation. That's great. The link in there. That's awesome. Yeah, people, I don't know what it is. I've had a number of people ask, like, hey, are you AI? No, this is not an AI video. Okay, this is a real deal. This is the real deal. Okay, I know there's a lot of AI channels out there. This is definitely not one. Definitely not an AI channel. Okay, so yeah, hope that helps. I think the video should be pretty good. I make all my videos, by the way, on an iPhone. Every single video here on the channel is done on an iPhone. Since the start of this channel, 5,500 videos later, they've all been filmed on an iPhone. So I don't know, maybe the camera is kind of weird or something, but yeah. Curtis, confirming, got it. Awesome, that's great. I'll stick the link down below again in the chat here in a minute, so yes. Yeah, Nemo. Is it Nemo? Hey, I see you there. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate you. Good afternoon. Stella Gilbert is saying, oh, wow, $495. Did somebody write that in the chat? I'm still moving up on the chat, so maybe I missed something there. Yeah. James Lara, no, definitely not AI. This is not AI, James Lara. Okay, so I don't know. Yeah. Robert, I see you there. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Yeah. Patricia Bess. Yeah. Hey, thank you. I really appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Thanks for the nice message. That's means a lot to me, Patricia. Thank you. That's very kind. Chris, you're saying you've been waiting 7 months for your back pay. You said you've been waiting 7 months for your back pay. Are you somebody that was affected by the WEP or the GPO, or did you just get approved for benefits? I'm kind of curious what the back pay is that you're looking for, but yeah, that's kind of the situation for some people. Oh, as long as I'm here, I'm going to stick the link for that frequently asked questions page, again, the branch of their website here in the chat again. Oh, no. What happened? Oh, okay, hang on. Sorry, I clicked away for a second. Here we go. Okay. There we go. All right. Again, down below in the chat is the link for the frequently asked questions page. There you go. There it is again. Just want to stick it there because I know that it kind of gets buried in the chat after a little while, so I'm just putting it there again for you really quickly. Yeah, Alan Barker. Hey, Alan, nice to have you here. Thanks for joining. Yeah, you're very welcome. I'm glad that this is helpful. I know it's such a busy time right now. I know there's a ton of confusion. I know there's a lot of people out there that are very worried and concerned and just wondering what's going on. Again, why I'm here for you, okay? I've been covering this information for years. Again, if you ever want to question that, if you ever want to look and just be like, has he really? Scroll back in my videos and just look. Good luck scrolling back to the beginning of the videos. I mean, seriously, there's almost 5,500 videos. Okay, it's going to take you a long time to scroll back to the very beginning. But my point is, most of those videos are on these topics here. Yes. So yeah. Anyway. Yeah, Gamilio Santano. Hey, nice to see you as always. Thanks for joining us, Gamilio. Nice to have you. Thanks for joining. Charles Anderson is asking, are we getting $495 this month? No, $495 is not extra anyway. I mean, I don't know what your monthly benefit is. You'll get your monthly benefit, you will, but not an extra $495. No, okay. So the $495, and again, I've had a ton of questions about this. I could make all kinds of videos and live streams talking about it, answering all the questions. But no, the $495 was a proposal that came out of the Senior Citizens League, which is a big advocacy group for seniors, people with disabilities, people living on Social Security benefits, and they came out with a proposal maybe like, oh, I don't know, a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. Again, I don't remember exactly when it was. There's been a lot of things happening lately. But they came out with this proposal saying, hey, if Social Security got back all of the overpayment money that has basically been sent out, if they got it all back, they could send out a one-time $495 payment to all beneficiaries. It's a very hypothetical example. It's not happening, okay? That's not happening. Social Security is not getting that money back anytime soon. Well, okay, maybe I shouldn't say that. With all the implementation of these new rules and the reinstatement of these rules, they might actually get it back someday, and it might be sooner than later. But no, that was just a proposal that came out of the Senior Citizens League, but it's not happening as of right now. But we'll have to see. Teresa, you're saying you heard. Okay, Teresa is saying that you heard it's required that you call Social Security by 3/31 of this year. So like a few more days, like a week from right now. Basically, yeah, it's a week. The 31st is a week from today. To prove your identity. No, absolutely not. I'm curious where you heard that. Teresa, please let me know. Where did you hear that? Because that is not true, okay? That is not true whatsoever. Could you imagine 73 million people calling Social Security in the next week to prove their identity? No. Okay, but here is one little caveat to that, okay? If somebody Okay, here's the thing. Based on the press release that came out, I don't know, a week ago, something like that, a week ago or so, if somebody is filing and getting new benefits, technically they could probably still call and prove their identity over the phone at least through the end of this month. Okay, so once we roll over to April, it's no longer going to be an option. Okay, so they're spending about 2 weeks of time training frontline workers on the new rules and just all the new details about it. Okay, but no, all beneficiaries calling Social Security to prove their identity, absolutely not. That is not required whatsoever. Okay, if somebody's already getting benefits, I just want to say this much as well, because maybe I should have started. I should have started the video by saying this, okay? Well, this video I actually wasn't talking about it so much, but realistically, if somebody's already getting benefits, if you are already a Social Security beneficiary and you have no plans on changing your direct deposit information anytime soon, you don't have to do anything. Nothing. Sit back, relax, and watch the checks roll in. That's it. That's literally it, okay? You've got to do nothing, absolutely nothing. You just wait, and you'll continue to get paid, okay? The problem is if somebody wants to enroll for the benefit, that's where the problems come in. If somebody wants to change their direct deposit information, that's where the problems come in. But if you're already a beneficiary, you have nothing to do. You have no requirements whatsoever. You don't have to do anything. Okay? So again, that's maybe I should just maybe I should just start a video like that and I should just make like a 1-minute video and just be like, that's it, okay? Literally that's what you need to know. Oh, Chris is saying SSDI back pay. Okay, interesting. So, Chris, based on that, if you're getting back pay as an SSDI beneficiary, I would anticipate that you probably recently got an award letter for your SSDI benefit. Yeah, they do offer some back pay. Honestly, it's pretty cool, right? I mean, that's like the best part about getting SSDI benefits, honestly, is like that first payment you get. Well, okay, like generally the first payment you get, it could be quite a bit of money. Several months worth of back pay is what they generally pay out, and it can be thousands of dollars in a lot of cases. So yeah, that's what I would anticipate. Nice. Black Century King. I love the name. Black Century King. I like your name. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Okay. Black Century King, you're asking if you should be filing an appeal or a waiver for your overpayment. Okay. I just want to preface it by saying this much. I can't really tell you personalized advice on what to do, but here's what I would highly recommend. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. I would for sure file an appeal, file a waiver, whatever you've got to do. Do whatever you can to reduce that, okay? So here's the couple options they could do. Option one could be they come in and say, no, absolutely not, denied, you got to pay all of it back, okay? That's option one. Option two could be, well, we'll reduce it. Let's just say, for example, you owe $5,000. Again, I'm just making up a number here, okay? Maybe it's $5,000 that you owe. They might say, well, based on the circumstances, things like this, we could reduce it down to $2,500 or something like that, okay? That's option two. Or option three would be, yeah, you're right. This was actually our fault. It was not your fault whatsoever. You were 100% transparent with us, and you're right. We're going to waive it. You're good. You don't have to pay us anymore, okay? So absolutely. Worst case scenario, nothing changes, and they say, yeah, you got to pay it back. And then they start garnishing your benefit. Now, here's the thing. Yeah, exactly. Okay. So Black Century King, you already know about the overpayment, right? So you already know about the overpayment. Here's the cool thing about, there's nothing cool about an overpayment, but I'm just going to say this much. The nice thing about your situation is that you already know about it and you got the overpayment letter. In other words, you're locked in at 10% or $10, whatever is greater. So when it reverts back to 100% on Friday, you're locked in at that 10% or $10, whatever is greater. You're not going to get hit with a 100% garnishment, okay? That's the only nice thing about overpayments right now, because anybody, let's just say for the unfortunate person that gets an overpayment letter on Friday, oh, that's going to be ugly. For that person, that's going to be really ugly. Why? The difference between Thursday and Friday is 10% or $10 versus 100%. That's rough, right? So the guy getting an overpayment letter on Friday is not going to be a happy person, okay? I'm just saying that. Not going to be a good day for that person on Friday or any day after that. Getting an overpayment letter, that's not going to be fun. Yeah, anyway, Black Century King, I hope that answered your question. Thank you for being here. Gamilio Santano, yep, nice to see you as well. James Lara, you're asking about Thanksgiving. Dude, that's so far away from right now. That's a very long time. But yeah, there's like a lot of people who celebrate Thanksgiving. Chris is in Oregon. Awesome. Thanks for joining us, Chris. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Edward, thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Yep. Nice. Deborah Chapman. Yeah. Hello. Nice to see you as well. Thanks, Deborah. Donna is saying not true. I'm assuming that you're responding to a message up above that I haven't seen quite yet. I'm not sure what that's all about, but yeah. Charles Anderson is saying, so we're getting $495. No. Okay, so that's maybe what Donna was responding to. So I see Charles Anderson message that's saying, we're getting $495? No. And then I see the very next message that says Donna is saying, that's not true. Correct. So if that's what Donna was responding to, true. Correct, Donna, you're right. No, not $495. No, again, I mentioned this earlier. The $495 was a proposal floated by the Senior Citizens League. If Social Security was able to claw back or get back or be paid back all of that money that they overpaid beneficiaries, if they were able to get all of that back, they could hypothetically send out a one-time $495 payment to all beneficiaries. Very hypothetical. It's not happening. Okay, so I want to be very clear with you. It's not happening. Catherine McAllister. Hey, so what's happening right now is that today we got we got one press release out of Social Security. They're going to be increasing transparency during this very uncertain time right now with all these massive changes. They're going to be giving us more transparency. They're doing weekly operational review meetings, which they're calling WOR, weekly operational review meetings. And they're going to be giving us those updates apparently. On a weekly basis, as well as they launched a new page on their website with frequently asked questions in regards to a lot of these questions coming out right now in regards to the new direct deposit information and identity proofing and things like that. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Nemo, good afternoon. Nice to see you as well. Thanks, Nemo. Gamilio. Yeah, Tina Crossrunner. Yeah, you're very welcome. Thanks, Tina. That's so nice to see you. Thanks for joining us as well. Really appreciate you. Ah, James Lara. Awesome. Thanks for clarifying the picture. That's awesome. Jose, is it Jose Luis Rodriguez? Hey, nice to have you here. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining us. Really appreciate you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, awesome. 63, disabled, receiving Social Security for the last 10 years. Awesome. That's exactly what it's for. Yes, thank you. Yeah, Gamilio Santano, you're very welcome. Yeah, you're welcome, my friend. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks. Yes, Gamilio Santano, SSI is still at 10%. It'll remain at 10%. So, Gamilio, don't worry. Gamilio and everybody else out there that receives SSI, please don't worry. It's going to remain at 10%. Even after the 100% is reinstated on Friday, you're good. You're still at 10% as an SSI beneficiary, not to be mistaken with SSDI. A lot of confusion around that one. Nice. I see Deborah and Shell talking to Corey. That's awesome. Great. Yeah, Karen Decker, really good point there as well. Thank you for that information. Yeah, Karen Decker, awesome. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for that information. Really appreciate that. Yes. Nice. Gil Garcia, hello. Nice to have you here. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Good evening. Thank you. Love Melody Jane. Is that what it is? Love Melody Jane. Any, I see your name there. Oh my god, that is super awkward. Oh my gosh. Ah, that's the tough part. That's the tough part about live streams. Stuff like that happens is super awkward and embarrassing. Okay, so anyway, there you go, James Lara. That is definitely not AI right there, okay? Good thing about videos is when that happens during videos, I can just stop the video and start over. Oh my, I don't know what happened there, but sorry, that was super awkward. Oh my. It's like I inhaled a bug or something. I don't know what happened, but that was really awkward. Charles. Charles, I see you there. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. Love Melody Jane. I'm not sure what your situation is. Again, if you had a call with an agent just now, I'm really not sure what your situation is. The best thing I would say is probably just call Social Security, talk with somebody else, okay? Yeah, just discuss those details with a different agent and see what happens there. Again, I'm not really sure what's going on with your situation, but yeah, that's yeah. Kevin Davis. Kevin Davis, I see your comment there. You're saying a lot of channels are telling us we're getting a one-time check of a lot of money. I think you said like an impact payment. Okay, couple different things here. Okay, so number one, depends on how you look at it. I want to tread very lightly with this right now. Some beneficiaries did get a huge payment over the last, call it 3 weeks or so. Well, probably the last month or so. About 3.2 million beneficiaries did get about $7,000, but it was only 3.2 million people, and it was as a result of the repeal of the WEP and the GPO from the Social Security Fairness Act. That was signed into law back on January 5th of this year by the president. Okay, so that part, yes, about 3.2 million people did get big back pay payments, again, of about $7,000. Was everybody eligible? No, not even close. In fact, only like 4% of the population that received Social Security actually got those payments. Okay, so very small percentage of the population. Now, an impact payment An impact payment is not a check from Social Security. An impact payment is another word for stimulus check, okay? And that right now, no, that's not happening right now either, okay? So anyway, I hope that clarifies a little bit. And again, like I said, I wanted to tread a little bit lightly there so there's no confusion about it. But I would say the average person right now, no, nothing extra right now, okay? So I don't care what other channels are saying. I could have another channel out there that's saying, I promise we're getting it tomorrow. No, and I would push back on that all day long and say, no, you're not. No, you're not, okay? Yeah, I hope that helps you a little bit. So, again, by the way, like I say all the time in my videos, I'm going to bring you honest, accurate, reliable, transparent information every single day in these videos. And sometimes I have to be the messenger that brings information and gives it to you straight that says, hey, sorry, that's not true. Or what this other person over here is saying is not true. Or this report over here or the headline or whatever's happening is actually, unfortunately, not going to be happening. Okay, so anyway, that's just kind of my dedication. I will do whatever I can to bring you the information, bring it to you straight every single day. And there's a lot of information out there, right? Yeah. Nice. Angela Harris. Yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you, Angela Harris. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, thank you. I'm trying to think of how to say this name. Quintelia? I hope I'm saying that correctly. Quintilia? I hope so. Anyway, thank you so much for the very nice message. Again, I'm so bad at saying names. Sorry about that. I just really struggle pronouncing names. But anyway, Quintilia, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Yeah, you're very kind. Joshua is asking, so when is the Doge stimulus check supposed to happen? Let's open up that can of worms in a separate video. Not right now. Okay, Joshua, just want to be very clear with you. Not right now. Okay, I will keep you posted on that. I promise I will. We're supposed to be getting some more big information out about that very, very soon here. I will keep you posted as soon as we get that information. Yeah, thank you, Joshua. Andrea Fraley. Yeah, awesome. Nice to have you here. Really appreciate it. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you. Thank you. Is it MML Odell? MML Odell? That flow is pretty nice. MML Odell. Awesome. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, so you're asking about the person that gets an overpayment letter on Friday. Will they have the option to appeal or apply for a waiver, whatever it happens to be? Yeah, absolutely, they will. It'll be the same process as now. Again, appeal, waiver, things like that. The only difference is 10% or $10 garnishment now versus the 100% that is reinstated on Friday. Yeah, so those options will still be available. You can 100% still appeal it after Friday. Yeah, for sure. Anna Child. Hey, I see you there. Thanks for joining. Yeah, say hi to your son for us. That's awesome. Thank you for being here, Anna. Really appreciate you. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what this is about, the whole Charlie Brown comment. I'm not sure about what that means. Yeah, Jody Lore, exactly. Yeah, the whole ID thing. It's about protecting the program, protecting the beneficiary. That's ultimately what it's about. But again, it's making it inconvenient for some people, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, Beverly. Hey, Beverly. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us, Beverly. Kevin Harding is out. It is. Yeah, I see you there. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you. Thank you. John Wayne, I see you there. Hey, John, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for the nice message. Thank you. John Wayne, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Yeah. John, yeah, John, thanks again for the nice message. Just kind of looking through some of the chat here. It's just kind of a lot of back and forth, it seems like. Yeah, so Quintelia is saying, I'm already on SSDI. Do I need to show my ID? No, if you're already a beneficiary, if you already have benefits going on, you're good. You don't have to do anything, okay? So if you're already receiving benefits, you don't have to do anything unless you decide to change your direct deposit information. That's when you would need to prove your identity, again, in one of those two ways. Wendell is just coming on wondering, hey, what's going on? Yeah. So the way that I structure the live streams is I spend the first like 10, 15 minutes or so talking about the details, and then I get into the chat box. So we've been in here in the chat for quite a while now, answering questions. But yeah, Wendell or anybody else that's joining right now, here's what I would say. We got a couple announcements out of Social Security today. Number one being a press release. They're going to be increasing transparency. I talked about that in greater detail earlier at the beginning of this video. And then secondly, they also launched a new page on their website with a frequently asked questions series, talking about some of these, tons of questions coming out around the new direct deposit changes, as well as identity proofing and how a person can do that one of two ways, which is through their website, the My Social Security account on the Social Security website, or option two would be going to a physical field office and meeting with somebody, making an appointment, and doing that option as well. So they're making a lot of different changes here, basically just telling us, hey, we're going to be increasing transparency for all of us going forward. Okay. So, yeah, stay tuned. Let's wrap this up here. Again, I know there's a lot of questions there. I know I missed some. I apologize if I missed your comment or your question. I really sincerely apologize about that. But again, just trying to do my best to get through as many as I possibly can. But by the way, stay tuned. Maybe give me 15 minutes after this live stream is done here. I'll put the links for both the frequently asked questions page of their website that was just launched today. I'll put the link for that, as well as the press release that came out of Social Security today. I'll put both of those links into the description of this video so you can go and find them there. Again, give me like 15 minutes after this video is done. I'll put them in there, okay? Otherwise, please just stay tuned. It's Monday, and we've already got, some different changes coming out of Social Security. I guarantee you there will be more this week. What are they going to be? Well, that's the big question. I wish I could tell you. I don't know what they're going to be yet, but I guarantee you there will be more, okay? We're just getting started. There's a lot more to come, okay? Anyway, I'll continue to keep you posted. I'll be right here for you. Videos, live streams, new information as it's hitting the wire, anything popping up right now, I'll bring to your attention immediately as we're getting that information. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate all of you. Again, please, if you're new here or if you've not done so, please subscribe. It's 100% free to do so. Everything here on the channel is 100% free. Always has been, always will be. And as always, again, the phone number's not up now, but if you have any questions, if you need any help with Medicare, again, call the guys over at Chapter. There's a link down below at the top of the chat box. There's a phone number there at the top of the chat box. In the description, there's a phone number there as well, which, by the way, over 1,000 of you here in this community have already called them, and they're saving a bunch of people a lot of money. I've been seeing some awesome comments about that, saving a ton of money, which, by the way, they save the average person $1,100 of savings when they work with them. It's incredible. And guess what? It's free, 100% free for anything in regards to Medicare. Again, Medicare Advantage, Medicare Supplements, Medigap plans, initial enrollment into Medicare, Medicare Part D. They know it all. They're absolute experts on it. In fact, they're still working now. So if you wanted to call them, they will help you with all your Medicare needs. Phone numbers down below in the description or the top of the chat box. It's there. Otherwise, just watch like any video recently, and there should be a phone number like on the screen there. But yeah, it's there. Give them a call. Again, they're still working right here, right now. They want to help out you here in this community just like I do. And again, it's free for them to work on your behalf and to find you the best plan with the best price at the best coverages for your personal needs. It's awesome how much they're helping people. Anyway, please have a nice evening. Again, please subscribe if you're new here, if you've not done so. Stay tuned. I'll continue to keep you posted. There's a lot going on right now. It's very busy. I totally recognize that. Anyway, please have a nice evening, and I will see you again very soon. Thank you so much for being here with me. I really appreciate this. All right, so let's do this. All right. Yes. All right. Have a good evening. I'll see you later.